Rod Stewart this morning on Mix 99 and point and 3. Trying to untangle our little mess that we've made here this morning. Bill Shope, how are you doing?
Not too bad, man. Always like hearing Rod Stewart on radio.
Rod always sounds great, doesn't he?
Rod the Mod, yes, sir.
Yeah, still looking good, too, at what, 83?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Wow. Time for news, brought to you this morning by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, Dr. Nishida, where the care, compassion, roadmap to your recovery begin. As waiting on some, here comes the sun. Downtown, it's currently 56, and here's Bill.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. The Portsmouth City School District's Board of Education will have their regularly scheduled meeting tonight at 5 p.m. with 17 certificated staff members facing the loss of their jobs via reduction in force action if passed by the board. Now, the school district has already farmed out 3 psych units as well as multi-handicapped services and its preschool functions to our local ESC. It's an effort to cut costs in the midst of a dire financial situation. Now, there is the potential for up to 38 jobs to disappear pending a board vote. Now, tonight's meeting will be held in the multi-purpose room at Portsmouth High School, and it is, as always, open to public attendance. In other regional school news, 4 people were transported after a school bus and 3 passenger vehicles were involved in an accident in Lewis County yesterday. Now, the crash took place on the AA highway, where a Lewis County school bus had stopped in the eastbound lane to drop off a student while 2 of involved vehicles were stopped safely behind it. A third vehicle, however, was traveling eastbound when it struck the second stopped vehicle in the rear, causing a chain reaction where the first stopped vehicle was pushed into the rear of the school bus. Now, there were 8 students on board along with the bus driver and the monitor. No one was injured in that accident on the bus. However, the driver of one of the vehicles, as well as 2 passengers in the second vehicle, were both transported to SOMC while a passenger of one of the cars was airlifted to a Columbus Medical Center. And with the East Palestine train derailment bringing more attention to hazardous material accidents, our local Scioto County Emergency Planning Committee, in cooperation with local emergency response agencies, is going to be holding an exercise this weekend. Director of the Scioto County EMA, Larry Mullins, spoke with me to explain.
The Scioto County Local Emergency Planning Committee, or LEPC, in cooperation with local emergency response agencies, will be holding our annual hazardous material exercise this Saturday from 10 until 2 at the Washington Township Fire Department in West Portsmouth. Now, Ohio law requires local LEPCs to conduct annual exercises designed to test their hazmat plan each year. This year's event will be a tabletop, which is a verbal walkthrough or discussion on how emergency agencies would respond to a proposed hazmat scenario.
Mullins also told me about the focus of the exercise.
The objectives for this year's exercise include incident assessment, incident command, notification of response personnel, and traffic and access control.
For Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
Yes, Bill, and tonight, the Vernon Rive Center for the Arts is going to have a great show. I know you're pretty excited about seeing Here Comes the Sun, as these 5 guys are going to be recreating the Beatles music to a T.
Yeah, got front row seats. Looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Woo!
Euchre seats.
That's right. I must be in the front row.
That's right.
Well, these guys have gotten rave reviews from all over the country and the world, actually, because they are just musicians supreme, and they don't try to be the Beatles. So if you go tonight, you're not going to see a tribute act of that kind. It's going to be just basically 5 guys going through a lot of the stuff that the Beatles did, which in a sense was pretty complicated music at times. They kind of started out as a chord band, and then they, as we well know, evolved.
Oh, yeah, and, after the first couple of albums, man, that bass guitar became almost like a lead instrument, and
right.
It just still my favorite.
Yeah. So you can get tickets. They're still available if you want to. The McKinley box office, call 351-3600, or if you really want to find out more, go to vrcfa.com. I don't think I've ever asked you what your favorite Beatle record is.
It's like asking me what my favorite kid is.
Well, I know. There's only about 700 of them to choose from.
Beatles songs, not kids.
Yeah, we don't want to start a reputation.
No, it's I still like Get Back, The Long and Winding Road, and
right.
The early stuff, man, I like it. Like I said, it just depends on the mood.
Yeah, But they will go down in history. I'll just tell you this right now, 200, 300, 400 years, if we're still here, you will still be hearing about the Beatles.
Mozart of our era.
There you go. All right, Bill, thank you much. This update brought to you by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates. And, of course, they're going to be there for the care, compassion, and roadmap to your recovery as we check in with ONN next. The health and well-being of the community when it comes to cancer care and the cure is a name that's legendary. His name is Dr. Inishida. At Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates of Portsmouth, they're always there to think way ahead of the curve to provide the absolute latest in care treatments and that personal one-on-one service that today is so rare. With Dr. Inishida and King's Daughters, they owe their success to the many forward-thinking community members and great volunteers who have all helped shape King's Daughters and Dr. Inishida as their first choice from patients and families who choose them for the most critical time in their life when that absolute right decision must be made. For more information from screenings to treatment, contact Dr. Inishida by calling 353-4884 or stop by and meet their incredibly helpful staff at 916 11th Street in Portsmouth. With Dr. I and Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, it's where the care, compassion, and the roadmap to your cure begin. 7:36 it is downtown. We've got currently 56 degrees and looking for a high today, expected of near 80. As once again we check in with ONN.
This is ONN. I'm Jay Fox on the Ohio News Network. In southwest Ohio, human remains have been discovered under a porch at a home outside Xenia. They appear to be old, but how old is the question? ONN's Jared Allen has more.
Documents from the Greene County Sheriff's Office indicate a man removing flooring from a porch found what appeared to be a leg bone. Investigators say he also found what appeared to be a jawbone. The scene is at a home on US 68, and the discovery was made Tuesday afternoon. The Greene County Sheriff's Office collected the remains. The Dayton Daily News reports those bones have been taken to the Miami Valley Crime Lab.
A group of Northwest Ohio healthcare workers is sounding the alarm over their contract. Dan Cummins of ONN affiliate WTOL-TV in Toledo explains.
In Defiance, nurses at ProMedica Defiance Regional Hospital are raising concerns over stalled contract negotiations, rejecting cuts to retirement, health care, and wages they call dangerous. They warn these proposals could worsen staffing shortages and harm patient care, pushing experienced nurses away. Union leaders emphasize the need for fair contracts to ensure safe staffing, protect nurses, and maintain quality care for the community. With the temporary contract extension expiring May 9th, nurses are united in their call for change.
In Cleveland, the Plain Dealer reports that it has been 10 months since Mayor Bibb's crash. So far, the driver has neither been charged nor reprimanded. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Jay Fox.
And it is time now once again for sports, brought to you by Collier Home Medical. They're at 1661 State Route 522, and they'll bring it to your home. No problem. Set up and everything for just a call, and that would be 888 or 354. One more time, 574-0327. Too many numbers to deal with here.
I mean, it's just 7 digits, so there's only just a few combinations. You'll hit eventually. It's all right.
But always make sure you put that 740 in front of it.
That's exactly right. Yep.
All right. Collier, good folks, and Chuck is here. You excited about the NFL draft tonight?
I don't know if I'd say I'm excited. I'll be anxious to see what the Bengals do because I think that will have a bearing on what goes on with Trey Hendrickson moving forward. If they can find his replacement there at defensive end with that 17th pick, then I think that they might be shipping him. So that's kind of what has piqued my interest. But as far as up top, Cam Ward, I've heard a lot of great things about. Yeah. I don't know, though. I'm just an old school, old fogey. I'm going to sound old when I say this, but it just did not endear me the way he handled his business in Miami's bowl game this past year. He played the first half and then quit at halftime. Right. Said basically, I've done enough. I mean, we've seen that time and time again from a lot of upper-tier college athletes. He figured that his draft status won't be affected by those final two quarters. He could just get hurt, and it could only affect him in a negative way, so he decided to opt out. Miami was winning when he left, and the other team, whoever they were playing in whatever bowl it was, came back and beat him. And I'm just like, man, that to me just sends a horrible message. But whether or not the pro scouts care, I couldn't tell you. But it looks like he might be bound for Tennessee. If they wouldn't go with him, then could the Browns quarterback of the future perhaps be Cam Ward? What are the Browns going to do with that number 2 pick? Shedeur Sanders? I like Shedeur Sanders,
Well,
but it seems like his stock has dropped here over the last couple of weeks for whatever reason. So, I mean, it's always a lot of drama. I'm actually going to be at a high school softball game tonight, so I won't see it live. I'll DVR it and maybe watch back the first hour when I get home.
I have this feeling that they've been holding back Trey Henderson, for maybe a draft pick. Okay, for instance, we know what happens when you get into the war room in there, and things start to fly. And say, for instance, there's somebody at number 6 that the Bengals really, really want. Mm-hmm. And they would place a call to number 6. And who has the number 6 pick?
Number 6 is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Let's just play a little game here. All right, so they call the Raiders and go, hey, we'll give you Trey Henderson for your pick.
Yeah.
That kind of deal.
That could very well happen.
I just got to think they're holding him back. I don't think any way you're going to move with Trey Henderson, he's going to be happy. And even though he has another year on his contract, which he signed, that kind of rubs me the wrong way, that all of a sudden with another year, he's yelling and screaming because he did a good job that he wants more money. Okay, finish your contract and then get more money.
He was yelling and screaming before last season ever started when he led the NFL in sacks.
He was not all that happy.
And I don't know if it's him as much as it is his agent, but nevertheless, one's an extension of the other. So, I mean, he's done great things in Cincinnati, but I don't think he's worth the kind of money that he's wanting, especially since he's about to be 31, 32 years old.
All right, 31 years old. All right, let's get into more sports, and here's Chuck.
Yeah, well, the NFL draft will always present high drama. It never fails in that regard. It will be in Green Bay, Wisconsin tonight. It starts at 8 o'clock. It'll be televised on multiple outlets, including ABC, ESPN, and the NFL Network. It'll be streamed on several platforms as well. The Tennessee Titans have the top overall pick. The Browns will select second, and the Cincinnati Bengals will pick 17th. The Cincinnati Reds knocked off the Miami Marlins 5-2 yesterday down in South Florida, so the Marlins win the series taking 2 out of 3, but at least the Reds will get out of Miami without being swept. Austin Wynns had a great day. He had a home run and a double and wound up going 3 for 4 at the plate. Spencer Steer logged a couple hits as well. Brady Singer pitched the win, running his record to 4-0. The Reds are presently third in the NL Central, 3.5 games out. Cincinnati will be off today, and the Reds will visit the Rockies tomorrow. The Guardians fell to the Yankees 5-1 yesterday. Cleveland will be off today and will host the Boston Red Sox tomorrow. The Guardians have slipped a half game behind the Tigers in the tightly contested AL Central. Yesterday in high school baseball, Wheelersburg was a winner over Medford 5-3. West topped Waverly 3-2. South Webster was a 3-2 winner over Valley. Northwest knocked off South Gallia 8-3. Ironton St. Joe prevailed over Notre Dame 23-13. Clay knocked off New Boston 19-7. Green down to East 19-1. South Point doubled up on the Gallia Academy 2-1. Rock Hill prevailed over Chesapeake 12-1. Portsmouth defeated Colgrove 13-2. Ironton topped Fairland 10-6. White Oak doubled up on Sims Valley 10-5, and Zane Trace prevailed over Piketon 8-1. Yesterday in girls high school softball, Wheelersburg was a winner over Medford 27-1. West defeated Waverly 4-3. Valley topped South Webster 4-3. Notre Dame knocked off Raceland 6-2. Sims Valley defeated Western Pike 13-0. Northwest knocked off South Gallia 20-1. Clay prevailed over New Boston 22-0. Green defeated East 6-0. Nelsonville York ousted Oak Hill 12-zip. Wayne, West Virginia was a winner over Fairland 14-7. South Point prevailed over the Gallia Academy 12-2. Colgrove defeated Portsmouth 2-1. Piketon shut out Zane Trace 10-0. And the Jackson softball team recorded a pair of wins, defeating James Monroe, West Virginia 11-1 and West Deptford, New Jersey 2-0. Finally, in the NBA playoffs last night, it was the Cavs defeating the Heat 121-112. Cleveland leads that best-of-7 series 2-0. Game 3 will be Saturday in Miami. Your Portsmouth Insurance Sports Time is 7:44. Portsmouth Insurance is a TAH benefits partner. Call Gary Duzan for all of your employee benefit needs. And that is a look at sports.
All right, and thank you, Chuck. And brought to you this morning by Collier Home Medical. And again, if you're looking for durable medical equipment to be delivered to your home, set up, these are the folks who can do it. And they're at 1661 State Route 522. Give them a call at 574-0327. And we've got traffic weather together next.
Collier is expanding its business opportunities to include Collier Home Medical, a local durable medical equipment company, or DME, offering free home setup of a variety of home medical equipment such as home oxygen and portable oxygen, as well as hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier also offers home sleep testing along with CPAP and BiPAP for patients diagnosed with sleep apnea. Overnight pulse oximetry testing is available with a physician order. Located at 1661 State Route 522 across from Kroger in Wheelersburg, call 740-574-0327.
And traffic service of your friends at the Scioto River, 1024 Gallagher Street. Don't forget, the doors open at 11 o'clock. You can walk in, or they'll come to you because of they do love to cater at the river. This morning, no accidents. Should be a pretty nice looking ride into wherever you're going today. We do have a lot of work out there on the roads. A lot of closures, of course, talking about Clinton Furnace, Fort Hill Road. That's going to be not until fall till that gets fixed. But we do have ditching going on today. That's Schwamberger Road in Vernon Township. And we've also got Pond Run Road still closed as they put that bridge in there, too. But don't forget, AEP will be doing emergency repairs on power lines in Kentucky. And that'll be starting at 9 o'clock this morning, Kentucky 5, US 23. There could be some delays. So if you see something we need to know about, let us know. We'll pass it along. Traffic, a service of the Scioto River, open 7 days a week.
The weather is service of Monroe Frame Collision and Now Wheel Alignment. Monroe's is your full-service body and maintenance company with 30 years of service in 4 locations: Portsmouth, Ashland, Jackson, and Chillicothe. Family-owned and car owner-friendly. Call 353-7279 for Monroe's Frame Collision and Now Wheel Alignment.
Your first alert forecast from WSAZ. Partly sunny and warm with scattered showers and a few rumbles, mainly in the west and to our south this afternoon. Temperatures near 80. Mostly cloudy skies and mild with an isolated shower persisting. Lows around 60. Starting off with a few isolated showers on Friday, but becoming more widespread in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms will be in the mix as well. Temperatures generally holding in the 70s. We'll try to get rid of those showers early Saturday with some improving weather for the second half of the weekend. I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Brandon Butcher on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.9.